Have you ever stopped to wonder about all those years of Jesus' life that we just don't hear about in Scripture? The Bible gives us this little hint. It says his mother Mary treasured many things in her heart. Well, that's what we're diving into today, a really beautiful fictional story inspired by those exact verses. It's a look at the small, private miracles she might have witnessed, moments that would have quietly shaped her understanding, long before his public ministry ever began.
And this image, wow, this is really our jumping off point. It suggests she was collecting these precious, hidden moments, things only she ever saw. And they weren't just memories, right? They were treasures. They were building a kind of special knowledge that absolutely no one else had.
So that's the big question, isn't it? If Mary was stringing together these secret moments like pearls, well, what were they? This story imagines what those moments could have been, building this incredible foundation of certainty, one quiet moment at a time.
So our story kicks off in Nazareth during Jesus' childhood. And the idea here is that while Mary was thinking about all the prophecies and the words from angels, her deepest, truest understanding came from something much simpler, just watching her son in the quiet moments of everyday life. The first pearl in the story is gathered when Jesus is just 3 years old, a moment that looked like simple childhood play, but was anything but ordinary. I mean, can you just picture this? Mary finds him out in the courtyard, and he's not just kicking around in the dirt. No, the dust is swirling. It's almost obeying him. It lifts and settles into the perfect lifelike shape of a tiny bird. Just a little act of creation on a miniature scale. And when she asks him what he's doing, his answer is just, it's so simple, but so incredibly profound. Abba loves to make beautiful things. He immediately connects this tiny, impossible act to the very nature of his father. It's this flash of divine insight right there in a toddler. And her reaction here is absolutely crucial. She doesn't panic, she doesn't run to tell Joseph or the neighbors, she just holds this sense of wonder, and maybe a little bit of fear in her heart. She smooths the evidence away, and she keeps the secret. The first pearl, it's hers now.
Okay, so fast forward a few years. Jesus is now 6, and the setting changes to their own home, their kitchen.
It's one of those everyday household problems. A staple is running low. Mary is worried. Jesus sees her concern, he just walks over, touches the nearly empty flour jar, and just like that, it's full again. There's no big announcement, no fanfare, just a quiet solution to a real family need. And once again, his explanation is so simple, so direct. Abba gives us what we need. He's not just showing off his power, he's demonstrating this deep, deep trust in divine providence, tying his action directly to God's care for them. And right there, the pattern is set. It's another secret, another pearl of knowledge that only she has. It's not for the world to know about, not yet. It's just another private confirmation, tucked away safely in her heart.
All right, so as Jesus gets older, the story suggests that the nature of these quiet miracles starts to shift a little. They begin to expand beyond just creating something or providing for a need. Now they start hinting at an authority over the world itself.
Next up, he's 9 years old, and an incident with a friend's toy reveals a totally different kind of power, the power of restoration. It's a scene you've probably witnessed a dozen times. A neighbor's child is crying their eyes out over a broken wooden toy cart. But Jesus just takes the splintered pieces, closes his hands around them for a moment, and when he opens them, the toy is perfectly whole again. He didn't just fix it, he literally unbroke it.
But here's what's so fascinating. This time, Mary actually steps in. She doesn't just watch from a distance. She kneels down and she tells him directly, "Do not speak of this to anyone." She's starting to understand that this power, it has to be protected, kept hidden until the time is right.
Okay, the last childhood moment in this narrative happens when he's 12. Now, we all know the famous story of him at the temple at this age, but this is a private miracle, something only his mother saw.
A really bad storm rolls in, and Mary is terrified, but Jesus, he's calm. He just walks to the door, places a hand on the rattling wood, and whispers one word, Shalom, peace. And instantly, the storm outside obeys. The wind dies down, the rain stops. He just commanded nature itself.
So when you lay it all out like this, you can really see the pattern, can't you? This is the foundation Mary's been building all these years. It's not just one event. It's this accumulation of certainty, from shaping dust, to filling a flour jar, to mending what was broken, to commanding a storm. Each pearl adds to this private, undeniable truth that is about to come to a head at a wedding in Cana.
And all of this, all these hidden memories, they bring us to the climax of the story, the famous wedding at Cana. But now, with the context of these secret pearls, Mary's actions look completely different. Her walking up to Jesus isn't some hopeful guess, it's the first public unveiling of a truth she has known privately for decades.
And this right here is the absolute core of the idea. We often read her actions as just, a mother's faith or hope, but this story completely reframes it. She isn't just hoping he can do something, she knows he can. Her certainty isn't just based on belief, it's based on cold, hard evidence she's been secretly collecting his entire life.
This makes her statement to him so much more powerful. "They have no wine" is not a desperate plea. It's a calm, simple presentation of a problem to the one person she knows, without a single shred of doubt, is the solution. It's a prompt, a nudge. It's her way of saying, "It's time."
And his response back to her, it's so fascinating. He understands the real weight of her request. This isn't just about making more wine, it's about revealing who he is. He's basically telling her mom, once I do this, there's no going back. The quiet years are over. My public hour will begin. And this is Mary's moment of triumph, really. She doesn't argue, she doesn't plead. She hears him, she accepts it, and with the full weight of all her secret knowledge, she just turns to the servants and gives a simple, unwavering command. Whatever he tells you, do it. This is the sound of absolute, unshakable certainty. So this whole story leaves us with this really big question to chew on, right? It explores that fascinating gray area between belief and knowledge. For Mary, in this telling of the story, her faith wasn't some leap in the dark. It was her standing firm on a foundation of quiet, undeniable truth. So it makes you wonder, what really is the difference between what we believe and what we know for sure?